Salutations everybody, it is Matty here today bringing you my second video of the day. Now before anything, be sure to check out the link in the description of my previous video. Those are my top 3 games from Microsoft's press conference. Right now I'm bringing my top 3 games from Nintendo's digital event throughout the past 2 days or whatever. I'd love to know your top 3 games from Nintendo's press conference, so be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And without further ado, let's do this. So Nintendo, I felt, brought their A game. They had the strongest press conference because they had surprise announcements, they had good announcements, they gave us info on games we're already excited for, and they just have had the strongest conference of them all, in my honest opinion. Not saying Microsoft and Sony were bad, but they didn't have the announcements that really made me want to buy one of their systems. Nintendo has intrigued me to buy a Wii U. So without further ado, let's hop into this. So though most of these games aren't really Wii U, let's start off with a 3DS game, my number 3 pick. Codename S.T.E.A.M. This is a brand new IP revealed from Intelligent Systems, which is the developer behind the Fire Emblem and Advance Wars series. Now, I do have a confession. The only Fire Emblem game I've played, like probably a lot of people, is Awakening on the 3DS, and I loved that game. Great JRPG. Every character interesting, and that's all a RPG fan, such as myself, such as you guys, could ever ask for, is interesting characters, awesome combats. And especially for 3DS, the graphics were fantastic, especially when they did those cutscenes. And you know, I just turned on the 3D slider. Holy crap! Anyways, Intelligent Systems is a very special 3DS developer, and I gotta say that Codename S.T.E.A.M. looks like something really awesome. What they're trying to do is kind of bring fans into this genre in order to make them love it and try something new, which I'm always up for. So basically, it's your basic tactical game, but it's not from the overhead perspective, where much like, you know, your Fire Emblem, where you can like select tiles and kind of choose how many moves you have. This is all based off of the steam, and basically you move a certain amount within a radius, and you can use attacks, and there's a steam gauge on the bottom which dictates how many tiles technically you can move. And since it's also like from a third-person shooter perspective, you kind of shoot enemies, but that uses up steam. So it's kind of like the different camera perspective and the ways you attack are different, but yet in a way they're the same. So they'll be familiar to those who have played games, overhead strategy games before, but they'll be more interesting for those who have never been into it. So it's actually a really smart idea, and the idea behind it seems interesting. There's aliens, there's Abraham Lincoln, there's steam engines and stuff. It's crazy. I don't know. It looks like an awesome, wacky idea. I hope the characters are just as interesting as they were in like Fire Emblem. Never played Advance Wars, but anyways, really excited for that game. Moving on, number 2, Mario Maker. I could not believe this was real. I really didn't think it would end up being real, but it was. So basically, if you don't know what Mario Maker is, it's exactly what it sounds like. You are able to create your own Mario levels. And this is an idea I came up right when I was a kid. I was playing the Super Mario Deluxe on my Game Boy Color, and actually it's right here. And I was playing it on there. I was like, it would be awesome to make your own Nintendo levels in Mario. And finally, we're allowed to do it. It's kind of one of those dream come true things. I haven't really played an actual Mario game in a while, but this has actually intrigued me to buy a Nintendo Wii U, because I love the idea of using the gamepad to create these levels, and sharing levels with other people and seeing their creations. And we know that Mario is just one of those replayable games that you just love to death, or at least I think so. And being able to create my own Mario levels is just so exciting. And I just remember seeing the trailer. It was such a charming trailer too. I feel like, just like Todd Howard said, the first time you see a game is really special, and they left a really good first impression of all the stuff I can do. And also being able to switch between your classic, you know, the Mario that we grew up playing, and now the Mario that's kind of like the new Super Mario, they call it, that's been on the 3DS and everything. Really exciting, and I just can't wait to play that game. That is making me really contemplate buying a system. And my number 1 pick, one that you've probably guessed from the start because you know it's one of my favorite games of all time, Super Smash Bros. I'm sorry it's not Zelda Wii U. I'll get into that later. Anyway, Super Smash Bros. One of my favorite games of all time, and I can already tell that this game for the Wii U and 3DS is probably going to replace that game on my list, because holy crap, it looks awesome. The final smashes look sick. It looks like it's really heavily slanting towards esports, which is awesome. I spent most of my high school playing, though it's a completely different field, competitive Call of Duty, so there is a competitive gamer inside me, and being able to do that on one of my favorite games ever would be awesome. The characters they revealed, being able to create your own Mii and then create whoever you want to fight, and they have different movesets and different powers. awesome idea, Nintendo. Awesome, awesome idea. Who else was revealed? Palutena, I believe her name was who was from the, what series? I can't remember. I think it was Kirby, but I'm not sure. I can't remember who it's from. That sounds wrong to me. And, Pac-Man. Now you can have Mario and Mega Man and Sonic and Pac-Man. All these classics fight in a single battle. So awesome. So awesome. And the levels look awesome. The only thing that pissed me off was that there was a delay. So now there's 10 games basically coming out in October. And I'm going to have a completely dry wallet then. But just the fact that I can just create my own fighter and just kick ass and in Nintendo levels and all these awesome characters, all these awesome stages. I love Super Smash Bros. With all my heart, and it looks incredible. I can't wait. So why isn't Zelda Wii U on my list? Well, I have an unfortunate confession to make. The only game that is from Zelda that I've extensively played is the Twilight Princess, which was apparently one of the best Zeldas ever made. But quite honestly, I've never finished any of them. I did not grow up playing those type of games. I grew up playing like Star Wars games, not Zelda, Mario. Like I don't know. I never really got into it, and I hate to admit it because I know it's something worth getting excited over. But just when I saw it, I was like, all right, good for the Zelda fans, but this isn't for me. And I hate to admit it. Like I tried playing A Link Between Worlds. I showed you guys that in my setup video, and you know, there's so many dated mechanics in it that I can't get into. And so that is why Zelda Wii U is not on my list at all. And so I hope you guys understand that and don't crucify me. But yeah, I'd love to know your top 3 games from Nintendo's digital event. Be sure to let me know them in the comments down below. Like I said, I think they had the strongest conference, so I'm really curious what you guys liked from it, because they had a lot of different games there. Anyways, be sure to follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. Keep my discount codes in mind. Other than that, my fault, lovers. Wow, it's just like that for me. I'm sorry. Other than that, stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.